Okay, you may notice that in pfSense we have a service, okay, from firewall, as you can see here, traffic shaper service or option that we have, and firewall traffic shaper, we are going to talk about it for interfaces, queue, and limiters, and what we can do with traffic shaping service. Okay, so what is important is to know first of all about traffic shaper and queue. That pfSense includes a built-in traffic shaper, a feature that allows administrators to control and prioritize, okay, network traffic based on predefined rules and policies. And about bandwidth allocation, which is very important, the traffic shaper enables administrators to allocate available bandwidth among different network activities. Okay, imagine that we have internet connectivity, okay, and we are going to assign different okay IP addresses in different networks with to allocate available bandwidth among different networks, okay, and to users, ensuring fair distribution and optimal performance, okay, for critical applications. And quality of service is important thing, QoS or quality of service, because pfSense's traffic shaper implements quality of service mechanisms to prioritize, okay, certain types of traffic over other. Imagine that in a network we have obviously VoIP, voice over IP traffic, video streaming. So to minimize latency and ensure consistent user experience, obviously we have to configure quality of service and traffic shaping too. And traffic classification, okay, another important thing. Administrators can classify network traffic based on criteria such as source, destination, IP address, ports, protocols, and like that. And traffic, okay, queue. The traffic shaper organizes traffic into queues, and each with its own priority, bandwidth limits, and shaping algorithms, okay. And hierarchical structure that we have with pfSense traffic shaper supports hierarchical queue structures, allowing administrators to create parent and child queues to implement complex traffic shaping policies. If you have a complex traffic shaping policy, okay, imagine that we have 100 megabits per second internet bandwidth, and we are going to define, for instance, group for VoIP traffic, video streaming, and to download files, okay, web traffic, and like that, okay. But but obviously we can manage any type of queue, okay, with different traffic shaping policies, okay, with a hierarchical structure. And dynamic queue management, which is another important thing, because with pfSense, obviously pfSense can dynamically adjust queue parameters based on network condition, ensuring optimal performance, okay, even during periods of congestion or high traffic loads. Because the quality of service is important, because when you have too much traffic, imagine that you're going to have traffic around 100 megabit per second. So what happens to web traffic? Okay, what happens if you are if the users are going to download, okay, all the time? What happens to video streaming and VoIP traffic? Okay, it's so important to have quality of service and traffic shaping, okay. And real monitoring is another important thing, because administrators can monitor traffic shaping statistics and performance in real time using pfSense web interface, okay. The visibility is important too. And integration with other services, okay. The traffic shaper seamlessly integrates with other pfSense services such as firewall rules, NAT, network address translation, and virtual private network, enabling comprehensive network traffic management and security and ease of configuration. We will see that. And I should say that by effectively managing and prioritizing network traffic, pfSense's traffic shaper helps organizations optimize network performance, ensure quality of service for critical applications, okay, and improve overall user experience. So from the menu, as you can see here, firewall, traffic shaper, and from here we have the configuration. Okay, and right now we have two interface, WAN interface and LAN interface. As you can see here, if you click just on LAN interface, you can obviously enable the service and discipline and its children from here. Okay, just enable, and different scheduler type. Okay, as you can see here. Okay, I will tell you. We have a list of scheduler type, as you can see here. Okay, and about scheduler type, I should say that in pfSense traffic shaper, various scheduling algorithms are available to control how traffic is prioritized and managed, okay, within defined queues. Okay, and we have a couple of options by default: HFSC, hierarchical fair service curve, and is a sophisticated scheduling algorithm that provides hierarchical traffic shaping with the ability to allocate bandwidth based on specific service curves. Okay, and it allows administrators to define different service classes, okay, and guarantee minimum bandwidth for each class. Another type of scheduler we have CBQ, or class based queuing. Okay, is a traditional queuing discipline that divides traffic into different classes. Okay, divides traffic into different classes that we have based on predefined criteria, and assigns each class a specific share of bandwidth. Okay, bandwidth sharing across different classes. And we have another type, fair queue. Okay, fair queuing is a simple scheduling algorithm that aims to provide equal access to network resources for all traffic flows, and it divides available bandwidth equally among active flows. So imagine that we have a bandwidth like this, okay, for the traffic. So with fair queue, which is a very simple scheduling algorithm, just provide access to network resources enough, okay, bandwidth, and ensuring fairness and preventing any single flow from dominating the network. Okay, this is another simple pfSense scheduler type. And we have control delay queuing. Okay, as you can see here, CodeLQ, like this, is a modern queuing discipline designed to minimize packet delay. Okay, and it uses active queue management techniques to control packet queuing delays and maintain low latency, improving overall network performance. And another one, priority queuing, PRIQ, okay, is a straightforward scheduling algorithm that assigns each traffic class a priority level, and higher priority traffic is dequeued and transmitted before a lower priority traffic, okay, allowing critical applications to receive enough bandwidth. Okay, so from the configuration here, you can change the configuration. Okay, and by default, as you can see, the scheduler type and bandwidth allocation based on megabit per second, kilobit per second, gigabit per second, and like that. Okay, if you're going to imagine that I'm going to just limit local area network, okay, with 1 megabit per second, and just okay, I can configure from here and just save it and apply it. So, and it's better to not change by default anything from here. Okay, just to define IP addresses, hosts, and network. Okay, to have the configuration for that. Okay, so delete this queue from here and apply it. Okay, what we have is to configure limiters. Okay, what about limiters? About limiter, the pfSense firewall shaper limiter is a feature that allows administrators to set specific bandwidth limits or caps on traffic flows, okay, enabling control. We have obviously control over network bandwidth utilization, and with bandwidth limitation, the limiter feature enables administrators to enforce upper limits on both upload and download speeds, okay, for specific types of traffic or individual IP addresses. And traffic prioritization, okay, we can configure it. Administrators can prioritize certain types of traffic over others by assigning different bandwidth limits to different traffic flows, okay. And dynamic adjustment, the limiter can dynamically adjust bandwidth limits based on predefined rules or network conditions, allowing administrators to optimize bandwidth allocation, okay, in real time. And I should say that common use cases for the limiter include ensuring quality of service for VoIP or video conferencing applications, preventing bandwidth intensive activities from monopolizing network resources, okay, and managing traffic congestion during peak usage periods. And integration with Traffic Shaper, the limiter works in conjunction with pfSense Traffic Shaper functionality, and allowing administrators to implement complex traffic shaping policies that combine bandwidth limitations with traffic prioritization and queue management. Ease of configuration, and obviously there are some benefits. Okay, from here I should say that from the limiter we can have the configuration. From here, new limiter, and I'm going to have the configuration, okay, for upload, okay, like this, and bandwidth I'm going to have just as an example that we are going to have okay, as an example 1 megabit per second, okay. And from here, queue management algorithm, we have obviously different queue management algorithms. By default, tail drop, okay, as you can see here. And about the rest of the configuration, just by default you can save it, okay, like this, okay. And we have upload configuration, as you can see here. Another one new for download, okay, 1 megabit per second, and just save it like this. So right now we have download and upload limits, okay. But I should say that what is important here is that after you configuring limiters from here, okay, you should configure the firewall rules, okay. So from here, firewall rules and local area network, and from here add another rule, okay, and pass the traffic, okay. Before configuring, I should check everything from here, okay. Firewall rules, okay, local area network, and by default we have some configurations. I'm going to remove the configuration from here, okay, and then add new one, okay. Action pass and interface, local area network and protocol any, and the source from here, address or alias, I'm going to have the configuration for host 1, okay, and destination anywhere. And let's see, from here you should have advanced options, okay, from here to configure it. And as you can see here, obviously we can configure different parameters that we have from here, okay, related to TCP connections and like that. But what is right now important is about pipe input and output traffic, okay. And from here I'm just going to choose upload and then download like this, okay. So to limit to 1 megabit per second like this, and save it. But what does it mean, in and out? Okay, let's see. Okay, imagine that we have internet connectivity, okay, and the firewall, pfSense firewall, and interface that we have to internet, okay. Another interface we have to local area network, okay. And I have Ubuntu client number 1 here with the IP address 192.168.1.101, okay. And in this scenario, I'm going to limit the traffic from client 1 to the internet, okay, to 1 megabits per second, okay. And from here you can see that for in pipe and out pipe I have upload and download, okay, configuration. It means that if you're going to send traffic, okay, to internet and this interface in traffic to this interface. Okay, I'm going to have the configuration for upload, okay, limiter with 1 megabits per second, and out means from firewall interface local area network, okay, that we have 2 local area network. Okay, this is out. So in upload configuration and out for download configuration. Okay, download configuration to 1 megabits per second. So right now, as we can see here, out is for incoming, okay, and in is for outgoing. Okay, it's so important to consider it. So upload and download. Okay, and just save it like this. So we have the configuration. So as we can see here, host 1 from the IP address, okay, to anywhere with traffic shaping. And let's see what happens right now. Okay, and Ubuntu operating system right now, I'm going to with Firefox, I'm going to just download a file, okay, to see maybe download Ubuntu, okay, from on the internet. Okay, let's see what happens. Accept and download Ubuntu desktop. Okay, from here download, and let's see what happens. Okay, I'm waiting for download to start, and you can see from here, okay, you can see that right now, as you can see here, 1 megabit per second it's downloading. And from terminal, if you just install sudo apt install ftop, okay, ftop, and then sudo ftop, and just check the bandwidth from here. You can see that with 1 megabit per second, okay, limitation. Right now we are downloading the file, okay, and obviously, as you can see, a simple configuration for that. And from here, imagine that I'm going to change it, okay, or disable it. If I disable it, okay, if I disable it, let's see what happens if I disable it, okay, like this, and have another configuration to pass local area network and source from host 1, okay, to the internet, and without any shaper, okay, without any traffic shaper. Let's see, and right now we can see that around 10 megabits per second, 15 megabit per second I can download, because I just limited per IP address and my FTTH Wi-Fi router, okay, just per IP address for this virtual machine I get just around 15 megabit per second. And as you can see here, right now we have no limitation, okay, for bandwidth. We have no traffic shaper and limitation, okay. So you can see that how we can configure traffic shaping, okay, and it's still downloading, okay. But if I just change the configuration from here, okay, advanced configuration from here, just for upload and download, okay, and save it and apply it, and from here firewall, traffic shaper, and we have limiters, okay, like this, and upload and download to another number, maybe 5 megabits per second, okay, to save it, okay. And for download, as you can see here, instead of 1 megabit per second to 5 megabit per second, just to save it from here and apply the configuration. Let's see what happens again. And right now you can see around 5 megabit per second, and just we changed traffic shaper limiter, and we can see that obviously with different configurations we will have different bandwidths, okay, different bandwidth allocation, okay. If we're going to add another one, okay, to pass traffic, maybe from host 2, okay, like this, and have different configurations from advanced. We can have the configuration for that, upload or download. Or I should say that instead of this type of configuration, you may have different traffic shaper limiters, and from here you may change the configuration like this, upload 20 megabits per second, okay, and then from here 20 megabits per second, just save it, okay, and then another one, if you're going to have download for 100 megabit per second, okay, 10 megabit per second, okay, bandwidth, and from here save it and apply it. And from firewall rules, okay, local area network and host 2, as you can see here, edit the configuration from here and the pipe in and out to another. And in the list, obviously we should see the configuration, but right now we have no configuration. Why is that? Because there's something very important when you're configuring limiter. And from here again, firewall, traffic shaper, let's see what are the configurations, limiter, and we have the configuration. But what is very important when you are going to configure it, you should enable limiter and its children like this, okay, and save it one more time, okay. And for download, enable it too. It's so important to enable it, okay. And the value for bandwidth and name like this, okay, and then apply it again. And from here, if you just refresh the page, okay, like this, and from here, host 2, as you can see here, advanced configuration. And again, from here you can see that for in we have the configurations, okay, upload 2 megabits per second, and for out, download 10 megabit per second, and you can save it, okay, like this, and apply it. So as you can see here, so simple. If you're going to have imagine that you're going to have configuration for different hosts, okay, with different IP addresses. First of all, what is important, any alias, you should configure it, okay, with the IP address and the name. And then traffic shaper, limiter configuration for different bandwidths that you're going to have for the configuration. And then for rules, okay, for local area network, you can have the configuration. If you have, imagine that you're going to have host number 1 and 2, okay, with just host number 1 and 2. From here you can add it and pass the traffic, local area network, and protocol any. And from here, alias, you know that we have the configuration for host number 1 and 2. And for both of the IP addresses, you can have same configuration like this. And from here, again, to choose upload and download speed and just save it. So you can have a group of hosts, okay, with same configuration like this to apply it.